Dear YouTube friends, welcome to another tutorial video of me explaining on how to make this particular UI UX design in Figma. So that's the whole video is going to be about, where I'll be walking you guys through on how to make something like this. So this is basically a logistics dashboard which was made by one of the Behance artist. I mean, he's more of a designer called Favor Dumnoy from Nigeria. So we would like to just uh, extend our appreciation to what he has been doing, because he was able to contribute to this particular project, which also helps us to learn something from his particular design, which he have shared publicly. So thank you, Favor Demnoy, for sharing this awesome work of yours. And yeah, that's let's get started with uh, designing exactly like this in Figma. So that's the whole idea of this particular video is going to be. So without further ado, let's get started. And there you go, guys. This is the empty Figma canvas which I've just opened it in Figma itself. Now we can actually start creating our the designs which we would like to have it designed in this particular canvas. So as you know, as always, we would like to start anything. For example, any sort of design, we should always start with this particular tool called frame. So just click on frame. You don't have to do anything, just make a click on it, and then as you can see on your right hand side, you have a couple of frames, like predefined frames that already can be used instantly. All you have to do, just click on whatever resolution that you would like to build. For this particular video, I have chosen to build a web application, so it's like more like a website resolution. So I can actually choose desktop here. So desktop would be really suitable for this particular design, because desktop is more like the most ideal resolution to be used for most of the web UI designs. So let's go ahead to desktop here. Click on desktop, and next thing, wait, let me just zoom a bit. Just click on, I'm sorry, yeah, let me just click on frame again, and just click on desktop, and we have a couple of desktops here. All of this basically almost similar to each other, so don't worry, you can choose any of this. For example, in this case, I was just going to go with desktop here, and there you go, you have something to be called as a frame. So frame is basically what you will need as the most background to actually place the other components on top of it. So that's what that's what frame is all about. So in this case, I just want to say frame. Oh, I was just going to say a main frame. So this is where we're going to place all our content on top of this basically. So next thing is that what we can do to this particular frame is that we can actually give some corner radius at 4 separate corners. For example, all you have to do is just go to here, this particular side here. As you can see, when you hover it, it says corner radius. So in this case, I want to give around like let's say 25. 25 is still not so curved, because as you can see, let me just darken the background a bit. Okay, as you can see, the corner radius is still there, but I would like to give it more if it's possible, like 35 would do. And there you go, 35 is just enough. As you can see, 35 is, you are able to make it look like a very rounded corners at 4 separate corners here. And next thing that we would like to do is we can actually start with this particular side menu here. So basically, our basic idea of our web app is going to be almost look like a web application. So in that case, we were able to make dashboards, admin panels very easily with that particular design in our mind. So first of all, we usually be having all the menu options on our left hand side. So like this on this particular side. So let me just go to this particular shape tool here, click on shape, and you have couple of options like line here. This is what we're gonna take, and we're gonna make some border. So we're gonna take this line. I'm holding shift, by the way, to actually make the line to be straight, either bottom or to the left hand side. Okay, so in this case, while holding shift, I can actually control the line to not to go anywhere else besides down. So in this case, I've just made a line like this. So this line is where we're gonna separate it from the main options, which are either shipments and other menu tool here. So as you can see here, this is where we're gonna place the first of all we're gonna place the logo here. So in this case, just gonna say logo, and just gonna make it a bit more bold, something like this. And we're gonna add, definitely gonna replace this text with some actually good looking logo, which I'll be doing it after when I'm done. So in this case I'm going to place it right here, just so that you're able to fill up the space. Next thing I would like to add is the main yeah, the menu itself. For example, the first thing usually will be dashboard. So in this case, dashboard. So in this case, as you can see, this is too big for to be fit as a menu. So in this case, I would like to go for 15. 15 is still huge, and so does 13. So I'm just gonna go with 10. I'm gonna make this to be smaller, and what I'm gonna do here is that I'll be making it no, I mean, I won't be making it bold, but I'm gonna make it yeah, regular, and the color to be a bit dark, something like this. And I also I like to make, since it's very thin, it would be really hard to be noticed by the yeah by the users, because it's, yeah, it needs to be contrast to the background. And as you can see here, we can actually have a look, have changed, we can have different font styles. Because as you can see here, my most favorite would be Poppins, because Poppins is really how do you say, like, yeah, really kind of look good looking. So in this case, it's going to go with Poppins for most of the time. And then also we can actually add icons on our left hand side. So in this case, usually I'll go to flat icons to look for, yeah, free open source icons, which I can actually just instantly copy and paste it right here. And in this case, I want to go and hit the search button, and I usually look for dashboard, just directly like this, dashboard. Okay, just gonna look for the options. So as you can see, there are many of them, so I'm just going to take this and just going to click on copy image. I'll be just placing it right inside this frame, and just going to drag it and place it inside the frame, and just going to make it to be fitting the frame as well. And I'll be placing it right here, and there you go. So I'll be just placing it like this. And one more thing is that I would like to reduce the opacity of this particular icon. So I'll be going to this fill option, and just going to give 50%, which should be enough. No, I think it won't be enough, because it's still brighter, and especially 75% is still not enough. It's still dark, so I think 60 would do. And yeah, 60 is able to fill the whole. Wait, let me just, okay, yeah, 60% is really good enough. And let me just go yeah, okay, I think that should be it. And what I can do here, I can just make it into a group, single group, by making them as a selection, by selecting both of them, and just going to make a couple of them, duplicating them like this, and just going to do one more. Make sure I'll be able to keep the consistent distance between each and every single menu options. So as you can see, there are already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them already, but I would like to have it 6, just so that I'll be able to fill up a lot of menu options like this. So as you can see here, I have actually plenty of room to be used, but actually I can actually make them, select all of them at once like this. And what I can do here, I can just easily, I mean, not all of them, just the text, yeah, something like this, double click on only on text. By also at the same time holding shift, you get to select all of their text at the same time, and you can actually increase the text size like this. Okay, instantly you can do that like that. And what you can also do, you can actually select all this, all of these icons, and you can also like make the size a bit bigger to actually uh yeah, to be able to make it uh suitable for the size of the fonts. Something like this. And there you go. This is basically a simple alignment that you can actually use it for your design as well. So what you can do here, you can actually just keep it like this. And next thing like we can do is that we can actually make like one of these particular menu items to be active by getting this rectangular tool and make it to be one of this to be highlighted. For example, let's highlight with dark this particular blue color, which can easily you can just select it like this. And what you can do here, give some border radius about like 25. 25 is a lot for this. Okay, this should be good. And just make it bring center of the back and change the color to white. And what we can also change the color of this icon here. What we can do here, we can actually use as mask. And next thing we can do is take this shape tool and place it on top of this, and actually not on top here but on top of. Okay, I'm just going to make it do it again, use as mask. And what I'll be doing here, I'll be placing this shape tool right in front of this group 1. Just go to group 1, just place it right here, and there you go. You have your dashboard color to be yeah, chosen exactly like how you like to be chosen. So let's make this fill to be 100, and there you go. You have your first how do you say, yeah, your first icon, and the first menu item that is, yeah, that's active by the way. And you can just select group 1, just this, and sorry, yeah, this by the way, and just place it right here, and that should be good. Okay, and let's select all of this again and place it closer to the text, and there you go. Now it's better. Okay, so I think we have done with the menu items here. We can just make them to be different. Just make it simply different later. And what we can do also here at the bottom here, we can add other menu items like settings. So what you can do, select both of these and duplicate them, just place it like this. And let's have another line. For this case, let's make this line to be 50%, and the color should be light like this. And make sure, let's use the same line, double click, and copy and paste. What we can do, we can just take it like this and place it right here, and there you go. Just make it center. Okay, so in this case, what we can do here, we can replace it with settings, and this one should be log out. Okay, there you go. So we can actually replace all these icons manually, and we can find the most appropriate icons that actually suits the menu name. So we can do that later. So in this case, yeah, basically we are done with, yeah, with our right left hand side menu. what we can do next is that let's add from the top. So in this case, this the most top should be having most top, at the same time left hand side should be having search icons, like should be having spaces, it should be having icons, features and components to allow users to search for something. Usually search will be done for searching for either users, yeah, and then and so on, can be anything. So let's add a search, how do you say, yeah, search input, something like this. By taking this shape tool, I just made a rectangle like this. And next thing I will be doing is that, I just elongated it. The next thing I did was I need to like, yeah, I think I would say definitely we need more space than what we have right now. Okay, once we have placed directly within inside, we can drop this size a bit, and we can actually give some border radius about like 15 to 2, and yeah, that's good. And what you can do here, you can just give some lighter gray, not so dark, because it needs to be over, contrast, at least it is contrast. Next thing is that since it's a search icon, we need to look for search icon. So in this case, I'm just going to pick randomly, this one should be good. Just going to copy this image. So just going to place it right here. Okay, should be good. Just going to place it right here. And since the color is dark here, so just going to reduce it by just a bit. Just 60 will do, I guess. Okay, that's just perfect. Next thing is that I'm going to add some text here just to allow users to search for something. So in this case, I'm just going to say search order, and also other, and like something like other stuffs that you like to share. And I'm going to change the font to regular, and the color is going to make this reduce it to 60% of opacity. Should do. Okay, that's nice. So what I can do next is that I would like to add some other icons like avatar. Let's add that first. So just literally just easily add avatar icons. And for example, like I can really just take this, copy this, and paste it right here. Just need to make it smaller like this. Okay, that's good. And also have like another icon which can be used as a notification icon. So let's look for notification. Okay, so just gonna type look for notification like this. Okay, so since we have many of them, let's look for something that's yeah, that should be good. Something like this would do. So copy image, just by having this to be selected, just copy, just click on Control V, and there you go, you have your icon. But I would like to have it to be outlined, not this but this. Just going to copy this image and do the same thing, Control V, and there you go, we are done with the these two stuffs. Okay, in this case I like to also do is just gonna take this text, copy and duplicate the text, paste it here. What I'll be doing, I'm just gonna make it to have it breadcrumb uh, feature, which is breadcrumb means like where exactly you are in this particular folder. So I'm currently in dashboard shipment. So basically this particular yeah, this is where it indicates where exactly we are. Okay, so that means let's make this all of them to be yeah, uppercase, something like this. Okay, and then let's make this dashboard to be bold, and also let's make it bold. Yeah, okay, that should be good. I find it very bold. So what you can do, instead of bold, let's put medium. Okay, that should be okay. So now we're done with the uppermost part. What we can also do here, we can actually reduce these two sizes and just place it like this accordingly. What you can also do, we can actually decrease the opacity of these two layers. I mean, yeah, separately. Just make this to be 70 or 60 would do. Yeah, 60 would be definitely would be way better than 70. Okay, now that's good. Okay, perfect. Next thing we can do is that let's go to another column where we can just duplicate this line, place it like this. So in this case, we're gonna have it more options like here we just put the first breadcrumb. What you can do here in the second space, we can just type shipment, something like this, and let's make it the to be bold, and also make the size to be bigger, like 20. And there you go, shipments. Okay, so what we can do here, we can actually have uh, some toggle items, like let's copy and paste it, copy this and have this, and have this sorry, not this, have this particular rectangle to be here, and let's reduce this length of this, decrease a bit, decrease, increase a bit. And what we can do in the center is we can actually have three options, like the first option to be I mean, let me just before that, let me just decrease this, and this is where we're going to add some options. For example, the first option is prepaid. So this basically indicates the plan of your logistic. So it's just going to make it to be normal, and this is to not bold, but regular should be just fine. And instead of 20, let's make it 15. Okay, I mean 15 is still big, right? Yep, 13 is just fine. And the next thing is that we need to make it center, and this center like this. Okay, and also let's add another option. This time we're gonna call it completed. So this, what we're actually doing is that we are actually making it to be like giving some options to actually filter all your findings based on your searches. So the center one is what we're gonna do to be like the one that special. For example, in this case I'm gonna make it background to be white, and I'll be adding some some borders like around 10. Okay, and also some shadows. Just need to go to effects, drop some shadow, and in this case I'll be clicking on this icon. I'll be, yes, I mean not spread, but the blur, yeah, and also reducing the opacity to 10%. And no, I mean shouldn't be decreased, shouldn't be decreasing the opacity. Okay, I think this should be good. And what you can do here, just copy this and just paste it right inside here, something like this, and just gonna place it right here. So in this case it says in transit, and there you go. We have just made this particular option tool, I mean which we can actually toggle in between them. So just going to make it group selection, and there you go, we have just done this. And on the side here we can have two more buttons. What you can do, we just copy this button and place it right here. What I can do here, I'll be doing here is that add filter, and one more thing is that I can also add sort, yeah. So what I can do here, I can actually make them separately. I can, yeah, together with the icons. For example, there's a sorting icon which we can use. This, we just need to go to here and then look for sort. Yeah, as you can see here, we can use this. I mean, we can use this particular, not this, but this icon, which we can place it right inside here and make the size to be smaller and place it right here. Wait, let me just flip it horizontally, and I'll be placing it right here. In this case, I'll be reducing the opacity to 50%. That should be good. Also, I'll be doing the same thing for adding the filter. So in this case, filter, I'll be having like a funnel icon. So you can actually find the funnel icon right here. So I'm just going to do the same thing, copy, and just going to place it right here. Okay, so just going to make the size opacity to 50%. That should be good. Okay, so now we are done with the second second row here, second column by the way. Sorry, second row by the way. That's Roman row. Next thing we can add is let's have another two columns in here in this two particular yeah. So let's make like a rectangular shape here and make it using the rectangular shape which I have just chosen. Just make it like a rectangle which actually just fills this space. And let's decrease it a bit to the side. Okay, something like this. And also let's make it white. Give some white color. And as you can see, it's not visible. So what we can do, we can add some stroke, and let's make the stroke to be gray, and let's add some radius, corner radius. I mean 50% is too much, so 15 just would be just good. And yeah, 15 is just perfectly just good. And what we can also do, we can have like another box with the same outline, which we can actually place it inside with the same which should be the same as the height, and just make it like this. Okay, so what we can also do, we can actually add some other text to fill up this particular product card. For example, this is basically what are the what you're doing currently. You're doing is we're actually filling up what are the uh, yeah, products that are actually being shipped within this particular yeah, software. Okay, so as you can see, which we have just added the name of the product, which is Hisense washing machine. And let's add some size, give some more size, and make regular to semi bold, which is just enough. So next is like let's add some more details to this particular product. So usually product will be having more than just not just the name, but also its ID. Sample like this, so some random numbers would do, and also its yeah, the airport, I mean the place of its location. For example, 17 airport road, Benin City, Nigeria. So this is some sample text which we can actually use it to differentiate between the between all the other text, for example, by making this to be a little bit lighter, the color, which we actually are able to differentiate between each and every single one of them. And also this. Okay, the next thing is that let's add, last thing should be the price of this particular yeah, product. Example, let's give some dollars, example $120, and let's increase the thickness as well as the darkness of the dot. Okay, let's let's arrange it a bit more better, which we have. Okay, this is enough. Okay, what we can do before we can actually duplicate this particular we can just add some image inside this. Let's go and look for Ison's washing machine, something like this, and let's look for white color background. Okay, and there you go, which we are able to find something like this. And this, since basically this is square image, which perfectly matches what we are looking for. And there you go. What you can also do, we can actually reduce this, or not, sorry, not this. Just make it like this. Reduce the size. Place it right inside here. Make it a bit more bigger. And there you go. We just made a product card like this. And as you can see here, all of this are actually inside of a group. And last but not least, we can actually add some shadow. The shadow will be able to be used as the just so that to differentiate between the other product cards. For example, like this. What we can also do, we can actually give more blurriness, for example, like this, and just make it more. And let's reduce the opacity to 15, and that should be good. We can actually give, I mean, reduce it even more to 10%. That should be good. And last but not least, let's make all of this to be in one group. So by doing this, we are able to easily arrange them, and as well as easily yeah, duplicate them. Yeah, that's the most one. So when I just duplicate it once, and just gonna do it a couple of times, and this is the last one, something like this. So all these groups should be within the main frame, by the way, let's not forget that. And there you go. So the last thing that we need to fill, which is this particular space, is that we're gonna add some let me just add some frame here, just so that we'll be able to perfectly fit what we are intending to fill here. And let's give the same corner radius as this, which is 35. So we'll be giving 35 to this as well. Okay. Right now let's add some background, just so that we are able to know that there is something still left. Okay, so as you can see here, what we can do here, we can actually fill up with how do you say, like a map, where exactly your location uh, of your particular product is being shipped, I mean transported. So in this case, I'm going to look for real time product tracker map. So in this case, it's just going to be some simple image. I'm looking for a simple image which you are able to use it in your UI. For example, something like this. By the way, this is exactly almost a similar UI which are being used as well. So just gonna say product shipping. Okay, in this case, I'm just gonna put map tracker, and we have a couple of options like this. So we're just going to find a good one. For example, we can actually take this as well, but then let's take something that is like that suits our color of our UI's theme. So in this case, I'm just going to copy this and it's going to proceed right inside here, and I'll be making the size to be a bit bigger, and there you go. Now it just perfectly fits inside the frame that we wanted it to be fitted. Okay, this is basically a simple UI, a simple way of actually showing your map, and we can also like drag it according how do you wanted it to be dragged. And as you can see, you can actually just make it like this and so on. Okay, so let's make it to be like this. Yeah, anyways will do. Okay, so once we have already have the map to be placed, we can what you can do next is you can actually place like a shape tool, example with a rectangle shape tool like this, just to fill up some details of what we are looking for within your tracker of your product. What you can do, we can give some white color background and some uh, border. I mean, not 35 is too much. Let's give 25. 25 is still too much. Let's give 15. Okay, 15 is just what we are looking for, just enough. So what we can do here, we can actually add more details. Like let's get this line, copy and paste. Let's paste it right inside this line, and let's make it fill it here, fill it here. So let's make this line to be on top of just right here. Okay. And what we can do is that we can actually add some details of this of your product. For example, I'm just going to take this text tool, click on this, paste, and I'm just going to place it right here. And what I can do here, I'll be giving like details of your order. For example, order ID. So order ID can be anything. So in this case, I'm going to type some random numbers, something like that. Okay, that should be good. And should be like this. Should be like this. And let's make this a bit more lighter, like this. Okay, and this one should be a bit more darker, like this. Okay, that should be good. What you can also add is the title of this particular column. So in this case, I'll be putting order details, and I'll be increasing the size to bold, and just going to do it like this. Okay, that should be good. Order should be a bit more up, and yeah, that's it for the first part. What you can also do, we can increase the size here. You can also decrease the size of all of this by 1 or 2. By 2 should be good. Example, 16 should be gone to 14, and this one should be have to go down to 14 as well. Okay, should be good. We should be aligned to the center, something like this. Okay. The next thing is we can also add more other details, like example, let's group them first. Group as selection, and it's gonna copy and paste. I'll be pasting right here. In this case, I'll be putting driver information. So driver info should be good, and here should be product, and here should be some random waste. Then what kind of product is it? It's called waste trainer. And the next thing we can also do is you can actually put a vehicle. Yeah, vehicle should be good. And what kind of, and also here we can put price of the product. You can just put some random number, for example 70 by the way. Next thing is the one that we can actually put is billing, and at the bottom here we can actually put address, and we can actually type the address of what you're looking for example 17 Airport Road, and some dots just to indicate that there's some more text to come. Okay, I think that's all from this particular uh, yeah, this particular tool here. Okay, so currently as you can see here, we have done most of the use cases. For example, this particular product list, what are the lists that are being uh, on waiting for your next shipment, and also you can also see here there's your map, how you are able to track your location of your product. And what we can also do is that we can actually add, we can replace all of this with an actual UI, actual icons, like actual menu. For example, the first one should be a dashboard, and let's go with others like orders, shipments, and history, carriers, billing, and so on. And let's look and last but not least, let's look for a better logo. And I'm just going to show you how easy would it be to actually to find a simple logo that would fit your UI, for your web. What I can do here, just going to make it a bit to the bottom. And next thing here, I'll look for logo, and I'll be just looking for the image here. I'm just going to type sample. Just can see there are a abundant of simple sample logos that you can actually use it for your app. So I'm just going to look for some really simple, at the same time should be relevant to the color as well as other ideas. Yeah, for example like this, by the way, as you can see this vector is really good, but then I need to look for something that is yeah, something should be like this. So in this case I'll be taking this, copying this image here, and just going to place it right here. What I'll be doing, I'll be removing the sample name as well as other unwanted external unnecessary extensive layers, for example all these white layers. And instead of logo, I'll be removing the logo and I'll be pasting it right here. Of course I need to reduce the size to fit the frame. And there you go. This is how you are able to make like a logistic dashboard UI in Figma. And as you can see, there are a couple of things you can actually improve on. For example, you can actually add like a drop down icon here to indicate that you can actually have more options to be selected when you have selected, when you would like to have more options to be accessed. For example, inside your profile you get to store your details. You can update your details of your personal self, as well as notification. You can have another new product, drop down menu. And this is also, you can have another drop down menu to search, and there are many of them that you can actually have improve on. And I think that's all from me, from my side, because I was able to go through every single site, every single part of this particular UI UX designing process. So thank you guys for watching this video until the end. And if you have any doubt, any sort of query that you would like to have me to be answered, please just don't mind putting it down in the description, in the comment section, because that's where actually you are able to I'll be able to improve myself, as well as I'll be able to help you guys on how what should you guys be able to be doing if you have any doubts that you would like to be cleared. And once again, thank you guys for watching this video until the end, and hope we'll be meeting in our next upcoming video, which I'll be talking about and explaining and designing on UI UX designing as well in the upcoming video. And until then, thank you guys, and yeah, peace.